Rodgers now to throw. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing is Rodgers. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Hey, check 26. Back to hey, 88, 319.
Now Rodgers. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Steelers hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Inside. Get 300. Get 300. Take 30. Yeah, good.
Rodgers going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal. Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
And at 26. Jump through 58.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that ball is caught by Washington. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Ball at the 40 here for second and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
Right back to Mason. You look at this Steeler defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Second and 10. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf, 49 yards. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. Jefferson going to go in motion right. On first and 10, it's Gibson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on second and 14. Here's Murray. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
58, 26.
Here's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 21-0.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11. At the 34-yard line.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and 11. Play fake. Murray. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just get rid of it.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Hey, 626.
At the Vikings
Jump out.
25-yard line.
50. Hey, you block over here.
Now it's Rodgers. Washington's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Inside. Luke at the end.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They run again with Dowdle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
26. 50.
To throw is Rodgers. These guys running back out of the backfield. And in for the Steelers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half facing that. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for us Steelers.
Hey, 88.
First down.
18.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. This is intercepted. Guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
Hey, take 26.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Taken down.
Second down and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Murray. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 12. First down, Minnesota.
Murray now to throw. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Kickoff for Pittsburgh.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Murray now going to do it himself. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Yeah, 300. Blue 58. Hey, take 26. Blue 58.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers on the RPO. He'll keep it himself. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he's down inside. Five at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 37.
A gain of 37.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
319. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
319. Jump out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
319.
Rodgers going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
50.
Throwing is Rodgers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. The first and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. I'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a third and goal.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
No gain on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
In motion, Hill. Now Murray's got to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
And the Vikings first down.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Come on.
Murray going to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Murray to air it out again. Complete. Jefferson the target. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
319, 26. Hey, take 26. Team mate.
Now Rodgers. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Blue 58. Me. My man. Get 300. Get 300.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Steelers 41, Vikings 3. Chris Boswell
now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Joey Porter Jr.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
third down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Complete to Justin Jefferson. A gain of 9 yards. And the Vikings first down.
To the air with McCarthy. It's complete to Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
To the air again, McCarthy. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd.
Throwing is McCarthy. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. And one of the whistles for timeout.
First down.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Looking to throw McCarthy. The kicker here, it's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on.
Let's go now. 6, Cougar 19. Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. 79 Broncos. Take over.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Pittsburgh, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll face the prospect of a long, albeit happy flight across the Atlantic. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.